And we are live. Hello. Do apologize for not jumping into this right away. It's long story short, I noticed that this stream's category was actually entertainment instead of, gaming, so I had to fix that. But hello. So, before we start, I do have an announcement to make, and it kind of concerns my future content, but not in the way you're thinking of. Rather, it's something I'm not going to do. You may have seen that channel, I believe it's In Praise of Shadows. Let me take a look. Yeah, In Praise of Shadows, which put out a video called Bad Conservative Horror Movies a few days ago. I would like to state that I bring this up because, well, basically, like, the video is just a really elaborate lead into, like what's essentially a hit piece on Wendigoon. Now, I am not a fan of Wendigoon, like, in the sense that, like, I'm indifferent towards his content. Like, if you like Wendigoon's content, that's perfectly fine. Just don't expect me to be looking for a collab anytime soon, although that's mainly because, well, I can't really see any reason why we would collab. Like, if I can think of anything and he's up for it, then sure, I'd be up for a collab. But I bring this up because, well, you may know that I make videos on people in the same vein as someone like Lanza or Jay Aubrey. And I would like to reassure everyone that I have no plans on making such a video on Wendigoon. Like, the thing is, the majority of complaints I see against him are his religion, Christian, which, okay, I mean, I know that everyone's religion is different, but I don't think being a Christian alone is worth criticizing someone for. If he was, like, a hardcore evangelical, that would be one thing, but I don't think he is. Like, I think he's similar to that golfer who recently got arrested for it because a cop was on a power trip. If, like, he doesn't strike me as, like, one of the evangelicals who claim we should live by the Bible, but don't actually read it, and when you actually point out something in the Bible, they'll get really upset because they're actually not living by those principles. And also, he apparently follows some really questionable political accounts on Twitter, which, again, that's not exactly proof. Like, if he's routinely liking and retweeting their stuff, okay, fair. That's one thing to call him out, but I don't think that happens. Basically, the only thing I actually feel would be worth calling him out for is the fact that, well, he actually is at least a good amount of the reason why Plagued Moth has such a large fan base, since Wendigoon eventually did, like, do a collab with Plagued Moth pretty early on. In Wendigoon, to be fair to Wendigoon, it's worth noting that Plagued Moth was really pestering him for a collab. And I wouldn't be surprised if Wendigoon's logic wasn't, oh hey, this guy seems pretty cool, let's give him a boost, but rather, alright, fine. If it means that he won't bother me again, I'll collab with him. Now, if he was to do another collab with Plagued Moth in light of everything that was happening, I would absolutely make a video calling him out on that. But you're not going to see me doing that based on current circumstances. Unless something really damning drops, like, I don't know, it turns out that he goes to a clan meeting and, like, actually participated. And it wasn't, like, for a prank or, like an infiltration similar to what Dead Domain did. So you can rest assured that you will not see me making a call out on Wendigoon. Or at the very least, if I do, it won't be a really bad one. Like, I'll just jump straight into it. But you will not see me make one, at least based on current circumstances. Now I'm just waiting for Fall Guys to start up. You might wonder why I said him giving platform a boost was something I could call him out for. It's because, well, if you're not familiar with Plague Moth's content, he's like one of those not safe for like for reaction content channels. Like, but the thing is, instead of like doing something like Nexpo, I haven't seen much of Nexpo's content, but what I have seen, I do really like. Hmm. Just gotta finish adjusting this. Okay, we are good to go. I should probably play this off stream a bit. Do I... You know what? I think I'll do a game of Knockout this time, and then I'll do a game of Chill. You know, I probably would have streamed Fall Guys more if it hadn't been for the fact that the Epic Games Store had taken them off. Like, I'm not opposed to timed exclusivity, like... As long as they release the games in the most recent state on Steam or whatever console. Well, they're going to be released on. I'm perfectly fine with them starting off as an EGS exclusive. What I do not like is when a game is retroactively pulled and made an exclusive for that console. Or storefront, rather, since... I wish it would show you your current place. That actually wasn't too bad. I wonder if anyone will make a reference. If you don't know, I'm doing this as practice for Elara's big Fall Guys crossover. I wonder if anyone will, like, as a gag, play that audio from that time the quartering got drunk and peed in his basement. You're probably familiar with the clip since, well, I did use it in my recent video on Grisha Putin. I would actually have a mod, link it in the description, in the chat, but I do not have mods at the moment. And I do have one or two people I would actually ask if I knew they could, like, show up to my stream on a regular basis. But they're two of my earliest fans, and before you ask, I actually do know them from before. Or I started streaming, so this isn't just like... like me reaching out to two random fans. I would be okay with, like, asking them for, like, temp mods. To act as temp mods. How much do these bananas cost? I actually would get them if I had enough, but I don't feel like spending money on these. Alright, one game of chill. Wasn't sure if I had selected chill or not. Oh yeah, about Plagued Moth. Basically, Plagued Moth is this not safe for life content reactor who has proven to be a really bad faith actor, to say the absolute least. Like, there have been people who've called him out for reacting to what's essentially kids dying, and that's not me exaggerating. Like, there's several videos or he actually reacts to gore. And the thing is, unlike, say, Nexpo, who, like, actually goes into detail about the dark stuff he's covering, and does a pretty good job, if Nexpo sees this and wants to collab, my DMs are open. I will do whatever you want. And since I would love to collab with you. I should watch more of his stuff. I think I just got an achievement. But anyways, the thing is he instead acts more like your movie sucks. So something feels a bit weird about my tongue. It's not like it's dry or anything. Maybe it's burned. What on earth am I supposed to do? I'll do one more game since this is a pretty short stream so far. But yeah, like, the thing is he's being really exploitative, and he's also basically, like, tried to silence any of his critics who call him out. Like, you have heard, like, there's this one essayist called Lazy Bedhead who I've become kind of a big fan of. Lazy made a video basically explaining the controversy, which was pretty negative. Plague Moth's response was to slander Lazy's boyfriend, who had no social media presence, and therefore could not defend himself as a pedophile. And it's not like this is something he claims, but Lazy has disputed. Plague Moth has actually admitted that he spread that accusation falsely. If you want to see him admit that, go watch Lyrix's stream with Plague Moth. And the thing is, Lyrix actually let both sides in the Plague Moth controversy speak. The other side being Slime Beast and Cold Raven's Nest, although since they were like the most vocal people about it in regards to what Plague Moth's been accused of. Plague Moth basically accused Lyrix, who is pretty young, like, he's younger than I am. I think he's like 22, 21. Around that age, like. He accused him of being a pedophile because lyrics like the show. Call. I forget. It was that one. It was one of those. It was like Syscon wrote on anime from a while back. It wasn't Oremo, but in the same vein. Now, my stance is that I won't only accuse someone of being a pedophile based on lolicon simply because, well, I keep on hearing it's illegal to own lolicon, but then I hear it isn't, and, well, I've decided until I can actually find someone who can actually tell me for certain, I'm just not going to abstain from judgment. But the thing is, when Larux reviewed the show, he was still in his teens, and I don't think it's... And I could see very well that he's changed since. Fortunately, the accusations do not appear to have stuck to Larux, so I am not going to hold them against him, and neither should anyone, since Plague Moth is a liar. His wife's not much better either. I think I might make a video on one of those two in the future. You know what I'd probably do just to be funny? I'd make the video, have someone, then I'd send a document containing a fake dox to Plague Moth. Find a middleman to use, and have them send it to Plague Moth under the condition that he reads it alive on a live stream. Then midway through, I'd change the info. Like I'm hijacking things. If someone's watching this, clip that so that I can use that later. It'll be hilarious. Okay, you know what? One actual more level. Like, I'll complete one, then I'll end the stream. But you want to know what I'm thinking? I'd do. I'd basically hijack it and delete all the fake evidence that supposedly incriminates me. But I would go out of my way to make sure no one would actually get hurt. Like, for the address, I'd list like an abandoned place in, I don't know, Detroit or something. I'd use an AI photo generator to come up with the image. A lot of fun stuff. Then I'd basically tell him if he wanted me to come on, if he wanted to dispute my allegations, he'd have to come on my stream. Then what I'd do if I'm able to play my cards right is I'd get a big YouTuber, or at least 6 digits, ideally 7 or more, to basically pull a Sam Cedar surprise on him. Like, if I was... Dream scenario would be I get Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers, since, like, I think either him or Critical are the only people who could actually call Plague Moth out, and it would actually stick, since, like, if he tries to cancel one of them, it would pretty much doom his career. Or, like, Mudahar and Critical... Well, in terms of commentary channels, are like the internet executioners. Whereas I would say the Right Opinion or Jay Aubrey are like the coroners. Like, if they make a video on you, your reputation is pretty much done. Like, I do not see Creepshow art ever recovering. In the case of Critical, there is only one person I can think of who he made a video on that was able to recover. But that was Pro Jared, and, well, the circumstances there were very specific. Since Critical made his statement too early in my... And in Critical's defense, this and his problem was just he was too impulsive. If he'd waited a little to make his statement, and like if he'd waited for Jared to respond, it's very likely that he wouldn't have had to delete the video. Alright, that's it. I'm skipping the level. But the thing is, other than that, that's a pretty good track record. And I don't think Mudahar has ever and Mudahar has actually acknowledged he screwed up if he's called out on a mistake by at least a decently sized channel. Like, Xander Hall actually called out Mudahar for making a mistake. I don't know what the mistake was. Mudahar actually, rather than just, like, double down, actually, he realized that Zan was right and he deleted the video and thanked Zan. Today is just not my day with this game. Maybe I should practice it off stream. Yes! Hey! I think I'll just end the stream here. Bit anticlimactic, I know, but hey, at least I did practice a bit. But still, thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, we're back to Stalker Wind of Time, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to complete it since, well, long story short, I think I'm at a glitched part, and I'd rather not reinstall the game only to have the same problem. Even if I did have time to play through it, which I don't, up to that point, which I don't. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm Andreas Rebel, and I'll see you next assignment.